Here's the list: 43 properties, including 13 Catholic churches in the St. John's area, sold, with only a handful expected to continue in their intended use. Total haul, more than $20 million. Justice Garrett Handrigan approved the transactions at Supreme Court this morning, more than 4 months after a sale by tender process commenced for more than 60 properties. Now here's an example of one of the transactions. Right here we have the St. Pius X Church, and behind me over here we have the former St. Pius X School. Now both have been acquired by the Association for New Canadians. Well, we don't know the purchase price because the judge has put a sealing order on all the deals. But 19 of the properties did not sell and will now be listed with a real estate agent with the goal of obtaining the maximum amount possible for abuse survivors. The court also approved a plan to list for sale 70 more churches, rectories, and parish halls on the southern Avalon and the Burin Peninsula. It's the latest chapter in a major shakeup for the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of St. John's, a once powerful institution with a history dating back more than 2 centuries. The Archdiocese has been found liable for the sexual and physical abuse that occurred at Mount Cashel Orphanage in the late 40s and beyond. There's believed to be over 100 survivors of abuse at the hands of Christian brothers and priests still living, with claims estimated at more than $50 million. The compensation process is still being formalized. One of the outstanding issues now involves the fate of more than 24 school properties. The schools were part of the old denominational school system and owned by the Episcopal Corporation. However, they were taken over by the government through the Schools Act in 1997. Lawyers for the victims want to sell the schools, estimating their combined value at up to $100 million. They allege the schools were expropriated from the church without compensation. Without the sale of these schools, lawyers for the victims say it will not be possible for the survivors to receive full and just compensation. Lawyers for the provincial government and the English School Board are challenging the proposed sale of the schools, with the issue expected to be resolved during a court hearing scheduled for November. Meanwhile, Archbishop Peter Hunt has continued to avoid the spotlight. But in a letter to Catholics over the weekend, Hunt acknowledged that the sale of the churches is a distressing and emotional process for all the people and clergy of the Archdiocese. But he stressed that the Archdiocese must move forward with its legal obligations to the victims and restructure our diocese in a positive and sustainable manner. Justice Garrett Handrigan has extended the insolvency process until December 9th, by which time most of the properties in the Archdiocese should be sold, and the claims process for the victims well underway. Terry Roberts, CBC News, St. John's.